Hey guys, it's a very hot, pleasant, breezy day, and of course we're out. It's a bit late, I have to say, probably around right before noon kind of time, 11ish, and super hot, so it's a perfect day for the beach. Here we are with a flower. Where's your flower, mister? Did you drop it? Did you eat it? Oh, Mr. Grumpy's here. And yeah, we've been having lots of laundry to take care of and potty and this potty thing, I'm not giving up, but it's a setback. There's no pee pee even in the potties recently. It's just I think I have to set a schedule for like every 2 hours or so. I think that's what I do in the nursery school. And I just get them, everybody collectively, to the bathroom and take their diapers off and try them there, and then wash hands. And which in the warm seasons is fine, but in the winter, I don't know, man. It's just so cold, and I see them with their bums out, and not fun. But have 3 kids that survived that. Gotta have 2 more to survive it too. Yeah, I love the warm weather, you guys. You have no idea. I'm not a person that can survive in Alaska or Canada or back home. Temperatures go down really a lot, like -10, -15 in some places. There are mountains with always snow, and it's just different climate. Here's milder, that's for sure. This place here is milder because olive trees can survive here, so that tells you something. And lemon trees, and people back home have lemon trees only in a pot at home in the house, but here they can grow anywhere. I've seen kiwi trees too. They look like more like vines. It's really interesting. And there's this fruit called biwa. That fruit, you guys, looks like it's orange, and you peel it and there are big seeds. Back home we have a similar fruit, but it's in almost towards the winter, and it's brown. We go mushmo. I don't know, the biwa is some kind of cousin of it or something. There's some of them here, if you can see. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. But they're orange, and it's sweet and juicy, kind of like unique taste. It doesn't really grab my attention, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna go this hill up now. So, as you know, I'm gonna be out of breath a lot. But yeah, can you see that fruit? It's really cool. Some people wrap it up in a special, same color, actually, paper bag, and to protect it from from the bugs, because it's yummy, sweet, attracts the bugs. But yeah, here is another cemetery looking thingy. Passed it many times. You can tell which one is the ancient ones that are chopped off on the corners, or like kind of like molded or darker rocks, and then the new ones are the shiny ones. But they keep them all together anyways, and they make sure they're flowers. And those guys look like only one has fresh flowers, but it's again, and there is this building. I have no idea what that is, but it has a kettle, has some kind of pot made of rock. It's locked, of course. There are fresh flowers on it. Probably it's some kind of place where the person who does the ceremony for the bones to leave them there for the last time probably rests there, or like puts their stuff there. I don't know. Well, here's all bamboo, and some other trees and vegetation. I love it because it's a bit cooler here. Other than that, on the road, so it's just hot. It's hot, but I love it. Not many months of that. and so many months of layers and layers of misery. I hate it. So I was thinking today, oh, my baby girl wants to reach something. I don't know what she wants to reach, but I can see this little hand there. They nowadays don't really sleep much, only once a day, and if they sleep 10 straw, it will be a miracle. But I came out anyways. It's hot, but it's worth it. I stuffed them up. Oh, I think he's asleep. Oh, he's asleep. Okay, he's asleep. My baby girl is not, however. Okay, I think she's getting there. Do you have Happy? Do you have Happy? Happy's here? Happy's here. Happy's here. That's our new bunny we got from the thrift store yesterday. Washed it and it went dried for hours literally. And that's her new rainbow bunny that we call it Happy, because it's just really happy. It makes her happy. She hugged it and she never let it go. That's what she does when she goes to a shop with toys. She just grabs the one thing. And so we went to get her a car seat from the thrift shop, because I mean, brand new, they're just a fortune, you guys. It's like $200 easily. And if I can just get it for $30, I'll do that instead. Of course, it's all used and super dirty and dusty, but hey, got the hose out, washed the whole thing, disassembled it, washed the cushions and stuff, and the inside. I found like pieces of food from previous kids and stuff, but it's good. It's, what is it, the brand? Combi. I haven't used Combi before. I always use Graco, and the one that my friend lent me is April. Sounds like apricot, but it wasn't April. I don't remember, but it was something with A. But that one was good, but they want it back because their baby boy is growing up too. And so went to get her a seat, put her in it just to make sure it's okay and fits her. It fits her well. It's a bit bulkier than the one that we had, and I don't know if there will be a possibility between them for a kid to sit, but they gotta do it. Usually our youngest guy from the older three goes in between them because he's skinny and small. But the others, they can. It's just really, really narrow. It's gonna be even more narrower from now on. But she's gonna use it for a while, I think. So it was a good investment in the thrift shop. And of course, she got the Happy Bunny, and he got a little bus, plastic bus that has 3 buttons and sing songs and make sounds of the bus in Japan. And it's all in Japanese, but some melodies are, nursery rhymes. So he got that in his hands. And yeah, thrift shops are fun. It's called Second Stage. In Japan, they have like a lot of them, and they're in every city. You can get full gear for camping there. They sell tents and a tire and like all the stuff for the cooking part. They sell lots of clothes and bags and jewelry and watches and toys and things for the kitchen, and actually utilities too. I got from there before some heaters, like those blow warm, for some of the rooms for the boys. There's no central heating, so I have to keep the rooms warm, besides the AC, because the AC is super expensive. Well, electricity is expensive in general, unless you have like a wooden or coal stove that has pipes going through the whole house. That will be really nice. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay, there is no car, so I'm just gonna go to the other side. Where is the shade? Shade feels so good. Anyway, so I've been thinking about, because I have a few friends that I keep in touch and talk to, and some of them are still in Japan, some of them have been in Japan for a good few years, and some of them have never been to Japan. So every time when I talk to them. We just discuss things, how things are done here and how things are going with the freaking Olympics that I don't think anybody cares about anymore, or the fact that the vaccinations will be distributed afterwards in November. So it's the second year now of pandemic, and it's towards the end of the second year that we're gonna get those. And I hear already some companies, like the one I used to work for as an English teacher, already scheduling with whatever Japanese kind of version of, I don't know. Lots of people are thinking, it's a relief, once you get it and be re-immune. So it's gonna be a protection. But that's my question, you guys. I don't really know how it works with that particular virus, but I have this hunch it's not gonna be just a one-time thing that you do, just like the tractors, just like the flu shots. It's like yearly thing. I remember towards October I used to bring the kids for immunization. So look at that. It looks so cool. Somebody was working on this and cutting the bamboo. And it looks really cool. It's deep and then here is clear. That's way cool. We actually go hike this mountain with the boys and the dog sometimes. Anyway, so here's the thing. I've never had those flu shots. No, that's not true. I've had them as a kid, but in my conscious years, like as a choice, I don't really bother. It's just not my thing. I hate needles. Okay, that's why I'll never be a, what do you call it, drug addict, because I just can't. And disgusting. Needles there, no. And yet I have 5 kids, right? So every time you go, and the first time they take blood out of you and test with the twins, you have no idea how much blood they took out of me. You have no idea. And every time I just turn white, and the nurses get so frozen and so panicked because they don't show it most of the time, but I can feel it by now because I know. First of all, you're a foreigner. Oof, that already is like a mountain of stress for them. And then a foreigner that turns pale white. Nobody wants to deal with that. Like, I remember one time for my job back home in Bulgaria, I had to do the same thing, I had to go health check and stuff. And when I saw the needle, they opened the window, and I don't remember, it was spring, it was kind of chilly. They're like, and then that lady started like doing this to me, like, but like hard. I'm like, are you kidding me? What are you doing? She's like, Bulgarian people are like straightforward. They're not really like here pampering you like you're a baby or something. She just said, don't you dare. She told me, don't you dare pass out here in front of me, okay? So I was like, okay. And I guess, my face turns white, and I don't like needles. So my point is, if I have to, I have to. If they don't let me go out of the country to go visit my country, then I'll do it. But I'm not really willing to, That's just my personal choice, opinion. However, I don't really want to get the virus either, and fully go through it. And if I make it or not, it's like always an if. Because let's be honest, it took the lives of many healthy young people, and I'm not really that young or super healthy anymore, so don't know. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna cross again, because I'm not planning to go to the shrine again on the that high steep up. No, thank you, not today. I think my pearl is down too. Oh, she's so cute. She's so cute. I love her. Yeah, she's down. She's so cute. She's holding the rabbit, the bunny, and this cute dude is so cute. I love him. So yeah. But you know, that's just one of the things about this country. And then we talk about usually the differences that what we come from and what we know and what it's here, and it's just very different in many ways. And you know, not in a bad way, it's just very different. And to be honest, I'm getting kind of like to the point where I'm so sick and tired of it. I'm so sick and tired of listening to Japanese all around me. So even when I catch my kids speaking Japanese, I always remind them, you know, in the house is English, dudes. I'm so sorry. If you don't want to learn and progress in English, I don't know how we're going to be communicating to each other, because I have no intentions to speak to you in Japanese, like, ever. And so, yeah. I'm like thinking, like, right now it's what kind of ways I can find to secure a job and a place back home, so I can go back home there. And whoever comes, I don't really care at this point. Probably the babies will come with me because they're small. The others, I don't know how they're going to deal with the school, but I just can't. I think, like I said it before many times, this mommy's happiness matters too. And I'm sorry, but if people make it comfortable for themselves and build their ego empires here, and then state their name and be somebody here in their own hometown, that's fine. But I don't want to be part of it, you know. I'm sick and tired of this complete neglect all the time of my opinion and what I really want, and complete neglect in a sense, preferring the phone and the games rather than talking to me. And then it's a culture. I just cannot understand that, and how everybody can be in the same room and just have so much busy time with their devices and screens than talking to each other. I just don't understand that. I mean, I'm not demanding all the time people to talk to me, no way. Like, I need my peace and quiet too, but that's like a constant thing, and it's just... So I was thinking to tell you guys, or just talk through it myself, talking to myself in front of the phone, what are the things I really hate here. And none of this is going to change anything, because, like I'm always reminded, you can complain all you want, but if you don't have a solution for it, you can't go far. That's what I've been always told. And you know, it could be true to some extent, but in some cases you can't really do much. When you have 5 kids and 2 of them are really small, you can't do much at the moment. Not really. Not in a place to come up with solutions yourself. Just trying to keep your sanity all together, and then the household together, and that itself is like, it takes a lot of energy and sacrifice, but that's what I signed up for. So and with that said, I'm just gonna start like randomly thinking about things I really hate here, because you know, some people are like, oh, that's one of my dream countries, I want to visit someday. You know, there are images like Tokyo and maybe Kyoto and Osaka, and that's about it. But then come here, like here, and live here for 10 years, and we'll talk after that. Nice people, great people, but you have Caucasian skin and eyes and nose, you will be you will turn either into a celebrity of some sort, and people will adore you and they will tell you how beautiful you are because you're different, or they will go to the other side of the road. You know, that's how it is. And you have to be okay with that. Buses, trains, all of it, just nobody sits next to you unless it's just so crowded and some people are so tired that they'll just bow humbly and squeeze next to you and hope that you don't hit them or eat them, because that's what they're expecting you to do. So yeah, number one is being a foreigner. It just doesn't work really well, especially in the countryside. What else? School system. There are a lot of good things that they teach the kids there, but the methods, the facilities, the uniforms, which I hear is only like in the very, very, very deep countrysides again. Because in the big cities when my friends move to teach English in a bigger place than here, oh my gosh, they're like, I go to school and everybody's with different clothes, and I'm like, what? I'm like, really? Because here I have to iron like 5 shirts per kid. That's 15 shirts, plus their lunch aprons and the bags that they are in. Oh my gosh, the different bags they have. The bag that is for PE clothes, and in that bag you put the little bag with the apron and the little cap that they use in the mask for lunch. Oh my gosh, don't even. Lunch mats. So you put this rectangular piece of cloth under your tray, and that thing goes inside of a bag. So that the bag and the thing, and 5 of them times 3 boys, 15 of them, have to iron all that sometime on Saturday or Sunday, so it's ready for Monday again. Now that I think about it, when I go home, that's what I'm going to be doing actually, guys, so I can catch up with some of them. If not all of it, some of it could be done. Holy moly. Anyways, I'm sorry about it's windy, so it's really hard to, probably it's going to be really noisy. That video, I know the wind is not a pleasant thing to hear, but I don't know how they do it and why they do it. I mean, I know that why they do it. They just want to everybody to be the same, and I think communism in its real pure form and shape is very well thriving in this country. You know why? Because I remember the communism back home and how it worked, and it was exactly like this. So when I came here, I felt like communism fell in Bulgaria in 1990. So at that time I was what, 10 years old. So I remember you being with a uniform in 1st grade too, 2nd grade too. But after that, we could wear all kinds of normal clothes and it was fine. But like those community oriented people that go clean up the roads from the grass and the ditches, that they dig the stuff and put it outside of the ditch and that's it. All that meetings, PTA, those parent teacher associations, all those things, we had them. I'm pretty sure they have some kind of thing here now too, but like when people live in those apartment complexes and from the 1st floor all the way to the top, everybody has a meeting of 1 person per family shows up. I'm not sure they do that now anymore back home, I don't know, but like the organization, the procedures, the channels they have to go through, the paperwork, all that overwhelming stuff, it's here. So in a sense, when I came here, I felt like I'm going back in time. It reminded me of my childhood, and like those who were born after maybe 1984 don't probably remember those times back home in Bulgaria, but here it's very much alive and very much working, and it's just amazing to me because in Europe it didn't work. but here it works really well. So everybody's the same, and he cannot pop up with as a unique person having this unique talent. Do you know how many times I've been asking this those questions at school, because that's the lesson? Can you blah blah blah? So the questions would be, can you play the recorder? Everybody says yes, I can. Why? Because it's a mandatory musical instrument in school, and then we have to buy it for the kids, and they have to go and bring it there and then play with it. Right now during the pandemic they cannot, because it's saliva blah blah blah, so they can't, but in general they do. And can you play the piano? And everybody starts looking at the homeroom teacher who is present there. And why? Because they don't want to show who can play the piano, because there will be probably other kids who cannot afford it to play the piano, or don't have the interest, or their parents cannot pay for it, whatever it is. So they don't want to pop up, the few of them. But then the more they get to know me, and as the years pass by and I'm in the same school for 4 years, yeah, they know me and they can do that. They'll be okay, like raising hesitantly their hand like halfway, and I'm like, that's fine. Or like, can you? So I start doing like crazy stuff, like, can you play bowling? Everybody can roll that ball. And they have like in the 100 shop, like a Dollar Tree shop, like little pens and ball, like they're really cute. So everybody can play that. Can you play basketball? They have basketballs in the school, thankfully. So most sports are covered, but like those piano, like violin, like those flute. There was one girl, I remember, one of my schools, she was doing what is it called, gymnastics. No, but like the one with the ribbons and the hula hoop and ball, like it's really beautiful. And she was I'm pretty sure she was the only one in the school who was doing it, probably doing it in a different city too. Some do like hip-hop dancing, some do like traditional Japanese dancing. It's just here and there some people, and they don't really talk about it, not really. And so yeah, everybody's the same. I do not like that, because honestly my kids are, the 3 boys that I have so far, they're just so different. They have different interests, and they have different talents and different abilities. So I mean, they will be going definitely to different schools, high schools that prepare them for different colleges and stuff. I'm pretty sure, they're just so different. But here is like really limited, and I feel like there is this, what do you call it, like a constant pressure. There's pressure of people's opinion, of how to hide it from people's opinion, of how to say enough but not everything. I'm pretty sure to some extent everywhere is like that, but here and because of the language barrier, I'm just sworn out of it and just hate it. I hate it. Not to mention that in elementary schools there is no central heating, so each classroom has 2 ACs, and in the summer, if the temperature out is 36, they will turn it up to 27 and in that close classroom, so kids start passing out. I've seen actually kids, their noses start bleeding because it's just so hot inside. It's just so hot, and they can't do much about it. The teacher manipulates the thermostat. It's just really crazy. So when the ALT or when the English teacher comes, the English teacher says it's so hot, so they turn it down to 18, and the kids are like, we love English class. That's the only time mommy can breathe. It's amazing, guys. And why do they do that? To save energy, to save electricity, because if you go over the certain amount, there's this voice, mechanical voice, that starts telling you turn off the ACs, and so they're like, first graders go home already so we can turn off some ACs so the others can enjoy some AC, kind of like that. I'm like, what the heck? It's just, everything is calculated, everything is pre-organized, everything is planned for. the last detail, and just going through all of that, it makes my brain just hurt. It like, you cannot really relax. Like when I go home from work, I'm like, oh gosh, like another day tomorrow, like that. Oh my gosh. And it's been like for years and years. And when people go back home to their country, like you go back to the States, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can express my opinion. I can go into something without being worried about what people think about me. I can wear shorts and tin top and flip-flops and I'll be okay. Oh my gosh, really? It's just, wow, it's that different, you guys. What else do I hate? Well, I hate winter, and I hate living in a traditional Japanese house, to be honest. Like, even from the first time when I went to just visit it, I don't know, just creepy. I don't know. Doesn't feel like homey to me, and it never did. I just forced myself to feel like home in this place, because everything is sliding doors. The only doors that are not sliding, there is one in the kitchen that is not sliding door. The bathroom doors are not sliding, but you cannot really close them nicely because they're really old and cracked, and like crack and creak and screech, and then the bathroom has two doors that are not. But everything else, like all the rooms, everything is sliding doors of some sort of paper, like wallpaper, but really, really hard. And the others are glass and some kind of thin rice paper, we call it, whatever, thin paper. So it lets the light in, but you cannot really see through that. And imagine that kind of house in the winter, when the temperatures go down to 0. And then here in this area, people even ask me in my schools, oh my gosh, isn't it cold where you live? I'm like, yeah, apparently this area has really cold winds in the winter, and it's just here, I guess. I don't know, the other side of the mountain is even worse, the weather usually. But yeah, yeah, you have to be a person like me to hate cold so much, to not be able to stay in cold. When you sit down and your body stops moving and your blood starts slowing down and you just freeze, you have to be like that to understand how much it's hard for a person to live in a cold place. And I really don't know how I did it back home. I was walking through, in my high school years, my high school was 30 minutes walk away from home, and I walked in snow and ice, but I guess when you walk, you're okay, you're just moving. And in the school inside, when you go inside, it's central heating, so once you get in, it's just nice warm feeling. And here is like inside and outside, same thing. So they create those pads you have to buy of some kind of powder inside, and it sticks to the toes of your feet, or on the tummy, or on the back, the low back. And you put those in. Once it's open, it's warm. It's warm for like about 12 hours a day, so it gets you through the day. I put those on my toes. When my toes and my feet are warm, I can make it. So my last year of school, that's what I was doing. That's how I survived. I don't know how I did it the previous 3 years, but it was just, oh my goodness, so hard. And then here's what happens. You go to the classroom of 1st or 2nd grade and you sing a hello song. You sing head, shoulders, knees, and toes a few times. You get sweaty, and I have layers. I have like 1, 2, 3, the shirt and the sweater, so 5 layers on me, pretty much. And with a suit jacket, of course. And I go to the classroom and I'm with all that stuff, and then I start singing that song, and you're moving around your body, and you play a musical chair and things like that, and you're sweaty in the classroom because they want to make it really warm and nice when the English teacher is there, because the English teacher is always cold, they know that. And so I come out of that room after the class is over, and freezing hallways. They keep the windows open too, for whatever reason, for fresh air or whatever. They keep the windows open, just like in the summer, just like always. Like if there's somebody in the school, everything is opened. if you see everything closed, that means there is not a living soul inside. Not a good experience, I'm telling you. Just like all those wet things, when you become like so like sharp and cold, out of a sudden you just feel like there's like 10 next to your skin, and it's just horrible. It's horrible. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but that's just my opinion. That's what I think. And those are just some of the things. And this addicted to your phone thing, I can understand it. I can understand how it can be. You could have like 5 minutes between this and that, and you can just sit down on the couch and just roll some candies and gummies or whatever you like, the same color, match them and whatever. I don't understand that. And I don't understand also how your kids will be piling up for years and years and years. I've seen that your kids are piling up over you to play with you, but your phone is more important than that. I just don't understand that. Like when my kids are piling over me, I drop the thing down, even if I'm chatting with somebody like a friend or my sister, a family member, I just drop down and say, I'm sorry, I can't. And there are days I don't really have time to touch my phone because I have so many things to do, and because it's not my priority, to be honest. I would take it at night when they fall asleep, because before they fall asleep, those two, they hate seeing mommy with the phone in the hand. So I just wait for them to fall asleep, and then I start chatting with my sister to say good night and stuff. And that's about it. I don't read long news and long articles. Of course, I have those days when I can. And when I can, I really enjoy it. But all I know, this device is pretty much to connect me with people. Not to play games on it constantly, 7 days of the week, 24 hours. Especially in the small hours when everybody's asleep. And that's the only thing glowing in front of your face at night in the dark. I just don't get it. I will never do. And I don't like it. Quite the contrary, actually. And yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't get it. And certainly will not ever. And because I've been here for so long, I really started missing homemade food. Like I make sometimes some stuff that we eat at home a lot, especially in the summer. But in general, like I don't have all the ingredients and all the seasonings. My poor parents, they're trying to send me whatever they can, whenever they can, as spices that they don't have here and stuff like that. I'm sure I can find it on Amazon too or whatever, but they're nice enough to, they always ask me what do you need of, like what do you want me to send you, and I try not to bug them, so I just say it's okay, I have it, and then they send it anyways. But it's not like when I go home and actually my mom or my dad makes it, and when we make it together, and just yeah. Some people here enjoy their local food all the time, and they're okay with that, perfectly fine, happy. Yeah. Okay, guys. There's I could read a book about the things I'm shocked with and don't understand, from professional and public kind of view all the way down to the very personal. It's just way too different, and I'm sick of it. All right, I will leave it here, and please enjoy your day. Whatever you are, be grateful for. If you're happy there, be grateful, because yeah, you could be surrounded by a lot of stuff, a lot of things. You could have all the convenience, and you could feel absolutely miserable at the same time. That's what I've learned. It's really amazing to me. And you could be surrounded by neighbors that you're like, what the heck? And yeah, well, it's okay. This is not gonna last forever, so that's good. All right, bye.